Hey, good morning. Chuck here with Apple Drains. We are finishing up this waterproofing install. We added so many things here. Just wanted to make a quick note. We are extremely busy and heading into rainy season. It's just around the corner. I urge you to use our service sign up to get on our schedule. It's filling up very fast, and of course hurricane season is right around that. We're actually in hurricane season, but coming into July, August, and especially September, that's when we get hit. So if you're going to sign up online, if you would like for us to do some service for you, please go to the website and use that service sign up sheet. Hey, good morning. Chuck here with Apple Drains. Yeah, you can see I'm already hot and sweaty, covered in dirt and liquid rubber as well. We've been working here for about an hour and a half. It's very humid here in southern Florida, and we're getting wet, but it's all part of the day's work. What I want to show you is I've showed you many times, but it's so simple to show you, and there's so many questions about it. Tips for hand digging. And we've got an area here that we need to hand dig, and it is both for the downspouts and the gravity discharge of our footer pipe. I'm going to cut the sod, show you how to do that, and this one's fairly deep, so it gives you a good idea of depth. And also we'll lay the pipe and show you that as well. Let's take a look. Okay, so one of the hardest things that you're going to find, the do-it-yourselfer, is when you get to an area that maybe the previous owners, or maybe you did, you installed all these pumps. You've got your pressure pump here for the well. That's the pressure for the well. And you've got water softener. Maybe you've added a mosquito repellent thing. Another tank. That's the actual water tank, and then you've got another mosquito repellent over there, and you can see it's just so tight back here. What are you going to do? There's no way to dig back there unless you removed all of this. So what we do is we go ahead and dig where we can, and we get a deep hole with gravel, and we're going to cover that with our liners, soil separator, and then I use the sock pipe. This is the perforated pipe with the sock already on it, because I want that water to be able to drain out and also pick up water out here. So we'll pour gravel through this section as well, and we'll put the soil separator back over it. So we've got this excavated down. It's kind of hard to see because it's so bright coming across, and if you look carefully up there, you'll see that green SDR 35. Kind of surprises me that they get away with that stuff. Should be schedule 40, but that's the sewer line right there. You can see it over here. See that? That's the sewer line. It's coming out under the floor, so we know that we're at the right depth. Difficult spot here by the AC. It makes a lot of noise too, of course. But looking real good. We're just about ready to wash off that foundation wall and that footer and get our liquid rubber up there. Coming down here where the guys are digging, see, we had to pull that irrigation line. It was definitely in the way, and they're just coming up here to the second, I guess this is a pool heater actually, and of course the filter. And I'm going to start digging right here by all this electrical stuff and see if we can't get the discharge started. So over here on the other side of the house, I had to pull the irrigation line. Take a look. It was right down through the trench, and you can see it laying over there. But now we're able to get down to the footer, which is running, whoops, all the way down through there. Tough little spot, but once you get that irrigation line out of there, which those irrigation people would learn that causes problems, but we'll get it out of there, and then we'll trench this, wash it off, seal it up with liquid rubber, put our footer pipe through here, and it'll discharge over and out to the water. And some other tips for you. If you're installing this, you can tell the previous homeowner here, they put this in themselves, and you'll always find this. They've got irrigation lines, control lines right up against the house. This is not the way to install irrigation, and that really needs to be, get my hand in the picture, that really needs to be over here, and then the head comes back across and sprays away from the house. But you can see what they've done. This makes it very difficult for you to seal and waterproof your foundation. I mean, it's so difficult. Raises the cost. If you pay somebody to do this, be prepared. So we've got two downspouts here, 1, 2. they're going to come and make a Y together, and out here where Chance is cutting out the sod, we're going to send that straight down the hill just on the other side of the fence, and there's a swell out there, a big gully. It drops down about 4 or 5 feet. Great discharge. From that side of the mosquito and water tank and all that stuff, we start there and we seal the wall. The footer pipe will run down through here and it'll connect to the solid pipe here, and again just go straight out and over. That part's simple. Difficult part right here. Shrubbery's in the way, everything's in the way. So when you do it yourself, be sure that you explore that foundation, because you need to know what's down there. I did not expect to find these irrigation lines right up here by the house, and of course that made it for a very difficult install. Yes, we can do it, and you can do it too. So over here on the other side of the house, I know this video is walking you back and forth all over the place, but on this side of the house, this is going to be the discharge area. And what I'm doing is, first I had to pull out that splash block. Splash blocks, they really don't work that great. You're better off, if you can, to get that pipe, your discharge from your downspout, go underground and get it 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 feet away. The further the better. So you also notice that I grabbed a hold of that elbow on the downspout. It'll just pull right off of there. Even with a screw, it comes right off. So what I'm doing right now is actually looking for the irrigation line. And if you watch that video right there, you can see the white pipe there. So I've just got to dig very carefully to find out what all is down here. I mean, you can see all the pool stuff over there just to the side. There's power down here. They've added, this is not house power, but they've added all kinds of things over here over the years to this house. This house is 20, 30 years old and well built, but they did have a waterproofing problem, and that's what we're here to do. So take a look. You can see, I'm going to go ahead and jump forward on this video so you can see that irrigation line and how hard it is to explore, let alone dig. So once you've removed enough soil to be able to actually use your fingers and your hands, you can actually start to uncover things. It's kind of like an archaeologist. You got to find it safely, slowly. So when it rains hard, it just rained and it's raining right now, but just 3 or 4 minutes, you can see what happens here, and it happens everywhere in the country. Rain, water, it has no place to go quickly. Give that water a place to go, and it will go there. So a typical thing that we find as we're digging foundations, this is peat moss, and it looks like a giant rock, but it's peat moss, and it is solid hard. And of course what happens is that water can't get beyond this to actually perk down, and or it won't allow the water to drain. So basically when they pour slabs here, they don't do a whole lot. They dig out a little trench, it's going to be 8 inches deep. When I say a trench, it's the whole square of the home, and usually they don't use forms, and that's what we see here. You see how the overpour is? They just pour it. Concrete truck comes in and they pour it right out, and they don't worry about anything. If you have to do it yourself, you've got to break through that peat moss, and it is very difficult to get through it. I mean, you can see it'll break up. Whoops. Can you see that? It breaks up, but it's just like a rock. And there could be a whole shelf of this underneath of your home. Just some things that you could find, not that you will, but you could find that peat moss. Yeah, another rain delay. It is rainy season. Anywhere that it rains in the country, we get calls. The larger the city, the more calls we get. We've got some great business opportunities for those that are interested. Sign up online. So this is to the right hand side of that area that I just showed you. You can see they've got it all contained. Virtually impossible to dig back there. You've got footer posts, all those things back there. So we trench as far as we can, up where it can get to that wall. We put gravel perforated pipe. That's extra gravel. There's actually more perforated pipe surrounded by gravel, and that's covered with a felt fabric. Then it comes over, we change to easy flow, and it runs all the way down to the corner where it discharges gravity. And you can see the fall they have in their yard. It drops off 4 or 5 feet on the other side of the fence. So we're basically backfilling, putting back the plants, a little bit more gravel section here, and it's all done all the way up. Matt's cleaning up the spot there. Again, this is one of those confined spaces. Like I said, may not look like it, but not much room to work here when you're running back and forth across it with your barrel and trying to move dirt and plants and all those things. Great job. This crew is really working hard. Super fast, super fast. Good job. So over here on this side, we've got the double downspouts. We just got a small section there, so we're using the sock pipe, perforated pipe with a sock around it, and we'll gravel that whole thing to grade. And then you can see it just comes out, picks up the tank area, comes over, tees in, and it's going to go out and go right underneath the fence. So out here, as we come to the corner, we are hooking the downspout up, and it's fine right here. It's going into solid pipe. It picked up the other side, the footer pipe, and then we're going to run solid pipe all the way out and over that hill. Hey, this is Chuck with Apple Drains, reminding you that if you believe you can do something, I guarantee you can do it. Have a great day.